Hello and welcome to Voices of Parenting podcast. I am so glad you're here. My name is Mussi Diskin. I am an advanced nurtured heart approach trainer. I am a parenting coach. I am also an inner wealth coach, which means that I help people rediscover and connect to the people that they truly were all along, but may have gotten forgotten along the way. So to find out more about me and what I offer, you can check out mussidiskin.com. I would love to connect and I would love to hear your feedback. Reach out to energizinghearts@gmail.com. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hi, everybody. We're back again with Mushka Rom. Go back and listen to our first episode. We were just in the middle of a really fun conversation, so we're just going to continue it. So this is probably going to be a part 2 and not like a whole new conversation. Although it is, I have a thought about a different topic, or not the different topic, but just to go sort of in a certain direction off of what we were just saying. So if you go back to our last recording, we ended off with Mushka shouting out a message of empathy and understanding for this, the overwhelm of feeling like, oh my gosh, how do I even do this? And it's so different than everything I know and everything I've done, everything I'm familiar with. And it just feels like a lot and all that. But I think the theme of what we were talking about is this permission or joy that we feel in having a life where we don't need to be in charge of the outcome with our kids, that we get to enjoy parenting, and have the chaotic, crazy moments, and then right away, enjoy the good moments without needing to fix the bad moments that happened and have them hang over our heads as a responsibility to make better. We just get to enjoy the better moments because it's not our responsibility to create something in the future. It's our responsibility to be present here and be curious and enjoy and bring out the light and the greatness that exists now, and what a gift that is. And so that made me think about how that the challenge of letting go, it's it sounds so far off, just enjoy everything and just let things go and not care about all bad things, and I think that this is a very true thing. And I've seen this also in sort of the 12-step recovery world that I've been in, and that whole world, that letting go is a gift. Letting go, 12-step slogan, let go and let God. Letting go is a gift, and it's just such a freeing way to live, and it's such a joy, and it means that I don't have to hold on to things, I'm not responsible. I just get to really show up in my life and live it fully. That is so true, and I completely get that. And I didn't start letting go from a place of yes, I get to let go. When I was in a place of needing to control and wanting to control, the attachment I had to whatever the outcome is or whatever the agenda was felt really real and felt like life or death. Felt like I needed things to be a certain way or I wouldn't be okay. I needed things to go the way that I wanted them to go. And I needed to find the way to make it happen. And when I learned that I had to let go, it wasn't because I didn't want to worry about things anymore. I just wanted to be at peace and have serenity. It was because everything was smacking back into my face. All of the efforts and everything I tried everything, and I couldn't control, and I couldn't make what I wanted to happen. I was just, the insanity was so loud, I couldn't ignore it anymore. That's the rock bottom, I guess, when you can't ignore how insane things are. It was and I was mad that I had to let go. My accepting powerlessness, which is very aligned with nurtured heart parenting, because there's so much recognition of letting go of control, for me, started with a recognition of powerlessness, of even if I wanted to, and you were saying this a little bit, even if I wanted to, I don't get to decide half the things in my life, maybe all the things in my life, they're so out of my control. So now I love that. Why would I want to be in control? I don't want to play God. I don't want to have that responsibility. I want to just enjoy and be in a relationship. But I think it started for me with a very angry, frustrated, upset, resentful letting go of but I couldn't ignore the fact that I wasn't in control. And that's what I think the gift of the intense child. So many people who come to Nurtured Heart are coming from such a place of recognition of powerlessness that their kid has pushed them to a place where there is no return, and there's no way of dreaming that they could possibly control their kid. And because of these intense kids, that's where Nurtured Heart was born, from these challenging kids. Because of the gift of the challenging kid is that it forces us to let go, because we realize we can't hold on. And then from that comes a life where we get to let go, where we get to not be in control, and we get to enjoy the blessing that comes with that, and the connection that comes with that, when I'm not so tied down with all the shoulds and have tos, and making sure they're using their fork and knife, like you said last time. I get to just laugh and giggle and enjoy mealtime with them. Like, it opens up so much for me. But I think a starting point oftentimes is that rock bottom. And it's not all this like rainbows and unicorns that like we're talking about how grateful we are and it's so nice. And it's like, sometimes it's just that it's that really humble place of, I can't do this anymore, whether it's my kid who's pushing up against everything and forcing me to realize that, or it's myself, like, I can't do this anymore. I'm a yelling, like, I think I'm going to be a gentle parent, I think I'm going to be a kind parent, but like I'm losing it all the time, or whatever it is that like walks us into nurtured heart. And obviously there are those, I mean, I just met with one this morning who just like such beautiful, intentional people who want to just parent in the best way possible without having like trauma and rock bottoms and like intense kids. They just like want to do nurtured heart because it sounds beautiful. And I'm like, who are you and how are you here? But I love it. But for so many of us, and for me, it's not that like beginning with beauty. It's beginning with just like, oh my gosh. And it sucks. Like, I want to be able to have the home I want to have. I want my kids to be the kids I want them to be. Like, I don't want to let go of that.
Yeah. I relate so much to that. Like, I also having dabbled in the recovery world and just even like coming back into like, okay, the reason I'm back to like embracing nurtured heart, I'm like, okay, I'm ready after having lots of okay, 2 babies, and like I'm like, yeah, because I'm so desperate, I'm so down, and like I'm done. I can't anymore. I cannot do this anymore. Like, life is so like I'm so overwhelmed. I'm drowning in life. And so yeah, it doesn't come from this like elegant, polished like place. It comes from raw, just, God help me. Okay, like
There's
yeah.
also like a gift in that, in like trusting the intensity that like, if I'm not ready to reset, or I'm rebelling against it because like I don't want to, and I want to control, and I don't want to do all this nurtured heart stuff, and like I don't want to breathe, and I don't want to reset, and it is everyone else's fault and everybody else should and whatever. I can trust that like it will lead me back to resetting eventually because it will get bad enough. So
Yeah.
like I don't have to even force myself in those bad moments to reset if I don't want to. I could be like, it's okay. Like, just like that kid who's tantruming, and I'm like, take your time. I'm here. I'm in, like you said in the last recording, I'm in my playground. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm ready. You need to tantrum for a little longer. Like, I'm not going to force you to stop. Do it
Yeah.
as long as you need to. It's fine. That also means that I get to do that too, and like come back. There's so much gift in that too.
Yeah, there's a lot of acceptance without, again, that fear, and without that like judgment. Oh, I mean, you can judge yourself. I remember one time I did when I was pregnant with my second and my 2 babies that were born very close together, and I was having a really rough go. And I told myself I'm going to do the 3 stands of feeling terrible, and I'm not going to feel guilty, and I'm not going to talk myself out of it, and I'm going to massage all these negative feelings and really enjoy it, and I don't allow myself until I feel ready. And it took me about a day because it does take a lot of work to not go into the guilt, and it's something that's very important. But it does allow us to be graceful for what is. And yeah, like it was a fun experiment at that time, and I look back and I laugh because it's like, how great is that? Like, I can really take this as a compass for my life, and it gives a lot of, what was I going with this? Like, just a lot of just grace, grace for other people. I think the sentence that comes to mind a lot is giving permission for their people for human experiences, their human experience, giving myself permission for my human experience, like allowing our humanness to be, and that's okay. Not getting caught up, tangled, and falling over at what we should, like all the like feelings that come in that. And yeah, I think I lost track of my mind, but I think it's something to really. It's just a gift. It's really the gift of being free.
it
Go on.
forces there to be no negative, because when I'm in the negative space, I'm still finding the greatness in the negative, and I'm not pushing it away or minimizing it. So then I'm always existing in greatness. Like, it's not about positive or negative.
Yeah.
Howard says in one of the videos in the beginning of the recording of the workshops we do, like, it's not the good kids, it's not the bad kids, it's the great kids. Like, they're good kids or they're bad kids. It doesn't matter. They're great. Like, I'm in a worst mood ever, I'm in the best mood ever. It doesn't matter. I'm still focusing on I'm the hero of my story and how that's true. And that gives me so much permission, like you said. And it elevates everything. It elevates even those bad times. I When you said that you like journaled the three, or you took the three time to like massage the negativity and like just stick with it and do the three stands with it. I think about, like, I did something right with my kids, because like every time that I'm in a horrible mood for whatever reason and I say it out loud, first of all, it already is better. Like, so much better just because I said it out loud. Like, I am a grouch today. But my kids will say things to me, like my oldest especially. You're not helping anyone, mommy. Like, go to your room. Like, you're not. So why are you still here? Why are you here like yelling at everyone and whatever? And I'm like, because I feel like I need to, because I feel like I should, because I'm the mother. I can't just like abandon you guys and run off. Like, you need my help. And he's like, you're not helping anyone. Like, we'll
Beautiful.
figure it out. Like, go reset, go take a shower. And it's like, I don't know. It's just, it's, I don't, now I'm lost my train of thought, but saying out loud that I'm in a grouchy mood, like making that the reality, that I'm not scared of anything negative. I'm not scared. There's nothing that's the deepest truth of inner wealth, is that nothing can tip me over, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm so rooted that whatever mood and whatever situation and whatever intensity comes my way, it's not scary,
Yeah.
because I've got this. I can walk through it. I can use my stands. Like, I'm fine.
Yeah. And again, I think that like idea of like people hearing like the stories of like when we look at people, oh, they've done it for so long, or like a lot of times we judge our insides against people's outsides or whatever it is. Like, this is the hard, like the inside work, that is the hard work. This is like the acceptance, the letting go. That is like really hard work. It's not easy. We want to, as humans, want to control the outcome. And like the world, I think, tells us, like really like pushes down on us, like to be aware of this part of our child and that part, and as a parent, and are we doing enough? Like, it's just like from all ends of like, I understand. Like, it's so overwhelming. And it could seem so far, even as someone who's been in this for a little bit of time already. Like, some days feel so far. And like, in that moment, kind of be like, okay, like, it does feel far. I'm here, I'm thinking about it. Like, yeah, like you said, at
I
any
think
moment
it's
you can
always
stop and do
hard.
it. What?
Yes, I think it's always hard. I think that, and I think that's something that you're saying, is like the inner work is like it's infinite. I think something I've been noticing about myself, like I also recently had a baby, and coming to this like postpartum place where my baby's big enough and I'm healed enough that like I'm feeling like a human again. And all of a sudden, things that I wouldn't have even thought about or considered focusing or caring about, even when I was pregnant, just because pregnancy is really hard for me, all of a sudden feel like crazy that they're not taken care of, like messy closets and clothing from seasons or that are too small for my kids still being in my kids drawers, like all this stuff. Like, I spent all Sunday organizing, and I'm just overwhelmed because there's just so much more, and I'm like, how did this not overwhelm me for the past year? But like, it didn't matter then because life was too chaotic. So I feel like even when we get out of it, doesn't like, it's not like we get out of like a rough situation or a crisis and then like we sail on forever. It's like, oh no, if my capacity grows, so does my desire for more. So my capacity grows that I can think about messy closets, because when you're in crisis, you don't think about messy closets. That's not what you think about. And then all of
Right.
a sudden, I need my messy closets to be organized. And now I have to reset myself to be present and have realistic expectations and all that around something that didn't even matter to me before. So there's a time for like, there's always more that I could want and that I could implement and that I want to do. And it's just always, always, always resetting myself back to what I really care about and what I really want and what's really important, and taking it slow and not saying no to things like having organized closets. I want that and I can have that, and the time, trusting the time will come and all that. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't matter how long you've been doing this stuff and how okay you've become, or how healed you've become, or how regulated you've become. So now there's new things and better things and more. There's always more.
Right. And in
That
those gaps, there's also a lot of enjoyment. So I just want to also say that, like, as you get out of the crisis mode, the freedom that we were talking about, the letting go of that freedom, there's a lot more space for freedom because it's okay. Because all of it is okay.
yeah.
Whatever it is, it's okay. And
It's
not
also
in a
strong.
careless way, but in a way of like, we'll get through this, and we're not going to just destroy myself or anyone along the way. And if I fall off, that's okay too. It's not
Yes.
destroyed.
Yes. There's so
Yeah.
much to sell. So there's the reset of like, oh my gosh, I'm going into this like control mode where I mean, very personally, very real this Sunday, like going into organize these closets. So like everybody in my family needs to be occupied or helping me, and nobody needs to need anything from me because like I'm not done yet. So there's that element of resetting from that. But
Mm.
then even in that, like greatness in that of like, how great is it that what I'm falling apart about is organizing closets, when before it was like the safety of children and like the aliveness of children, or like real relationship issues. Like now it's like closets. Like, wow, I have grown so far. We have grown so far. Find who you are and your joy and your groove, and what doesn't work for you, like don't martyr yourself to make it work, because then you're gone. Like think about that. You're martyring the thing they need the most. Just
Yeah.
you. I don't know. That might be totally unrelated to anything we said, but it's a nice thing anyway. So,
I think it's the most perfect thing, the way to end,
yeah.
because it is. That's what they need, and you can let go of everything else. We were talking
Yeah.
really about like that, like freeing the freedom of that place, being able to just be,
Yeah.
without having to control. And I think that is like the vision of like how we can get there.
Yeah. So guys, Mushka is available to chat if you wanted to. She said that you can reach out if you wanted to connect as a, as a mom who's living out the nurtured heart wagon that we fall in and out of all the time. Mushka, how can people reach you if they want to find you?
I'm sorry. Yeah, they can email me at mushko.manc@gmail.com. That's mushco.menc@gmail.com. And we can find better ways to chat and connect and support one another because it's a community.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much for being here,
Thank
and
you.
good luck with your babies.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Hey, wait, don't go yet. Take a minute to find the beautiful quality that you have, that you appreciate about yourself.